Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 4 minutes to 8 o'clock on a sort of a cold Monday night in the west of Ireland. Back with a couple for tomorrow. After not a bad start to the week at all. Our bus horse got us off to a good start. Carbon King out in front, second, got a grand toe into the race. But I made a few pound betting and running as well, because it was never in doubt. I thought, bar a fall, and that's 3 out of the last 4, £29 higher. But just have a quick look at the finish of it. Watch the horse in 5th. We're going to be on this next time.
The front from Punt, Odemir the challenger. Don't go yet, little mix-up. Weakening is Big's Belief. Staying on his buyer's side. And then Cafe Con Leche. And through on the inside, Punt, Odemir. But with the fractional advantage, however, it's Carbon King. Then little mix-up. Buyer's side still stays on. And at the final flight, it's Carbon King, the leader under Shane Fitzgerald. Moving on now by over 3 to 4 lengths from Punt, Odemir, buyer's side. Still coming on the inside, but for a place surely it's Carbon King up towards the finish with Flying Home by your side. £16, how are you? As the winner is Carbon King.
£16, how are you? Is right. But the one in second made a boo-boo 2 races back when it was a length in front, and it jumped bad at the last day, and again today it was very iffy at the last. It was a good engine though. It was given a sort of a sympathetic educational ride today, I thought, and it was one on the flat in Musselburgh for Ed Dunlap. Bought a shrewd purchase for 18,000. It's only a 4-year-old learning how to jump. I said last night there was 2 4-year-olds to finish second and third. The other one had went up the £18. Our £16, because we're a 6-year-old, we were able to shoulder it, but it won off 83. And then that was off 112 today. It's entered tomorrow, or declared tomorrow, in a claiming race. I can't see how they can run it in a claimer for 15,000, because it'll be taken off them. I doubt that very much if they run that tomorrow in a claimer. It's worth more than 15,000. I'd hate to lose that horse if I was an owner or part owner. So we'll see what they will do tomorrow. In the event that they don't tomorrow, You're Always Dreaming won a claimer in Hot Deep Round in Limerick last time. It might be it'd probably go off 6-4, 7-4 favourite. I said that'd be worth a shout. Any second now had a good win there today and drifted out to 5-4. It was cut into 12s after winning there today for the Grand National. I had a few pound on it last night each way at 20s, and a few pound at 16s as well. Back to the last 2 years, so it is a sympathetic horse of mine. Sentimental, sorry, wrong word, sympathetic. Sentimental horse of mine. A lot of the bus was on it last year too, when we were in our infancy. And the other winner then today was JPR One. I was thinking that it was sort of well handicapped on previous forum, and it was fit enough today because it had won first time out as well. And Food Dochi, I had to laugh at him the last few days. It's very intriguing. There was a horse running yesterday called Showman Uchi, and he explained how they got the name for that. Show is forward, men is head, and Uchi is strike. It's with a stick in some, must be Japanese sport, that you hit the person on the head. I must get a few of them for the bus, for fear we might get infiltrated by bookmakers or something at some stage. We could pound them down on top of the head. And then he said today JPR One was a JPR Williams. I remember him playing rugby in the 70s when Wales had a very good team. They used to call him JPR because the other winger was JJ Williams. They had a great team that time. Phil Binnis and Gareth Edwards, and great big men up front. But I think it was called after the owner, as opposed, but maybe not. But it's great to read up on something that very well, man, Food, and he had a good story the other day about the double. He was at the races I love reading them. Keep them up. Now, anyway, I'm waffling on. JPR, yeah, he probably won't go up too much for that winning today, and he might come in again for us. Tomorrow, Bus Horse in the 3:35. I found it difficult enough to get anything tomorrow. I didn't answer back any of the comments the last 3 hours. I was at this since I came in from the bus. But this horse has ran 7 runs at the track, 3 wins, 3 seconds, and it fell as well. But it has won 3 out of 4 at the track over fences. And he hosed up for us the last day. It was 3-1 second favourite. I can't remember what price we got him at. But Gene Andrews for Toby Laws gave him a great ride.
Is now in behind them, still looking dangerous, and these have cleared away now from Tommy Bow in 4th place, and Goldhouse Star made a mistake at the previous fence. The ditch for the last time, 3 out. Forsley Spirit leading. Sublime Heights now is trying to pounce on the outside. Gina Andrews forging on. Blame the Game is back in 3rd place and under heavy pressure, followed then by Tommy Bow, who is trying to rally in 4th place. But Sublime Heights seems to have a decisive break over the field now with 2 to jump. Sublime Heights has gone 5 or 6 lengths clear from Forsley Spirit, Blame the Game, and Tommy Bow. That was the second last. Sublime Heights drawing further and further clear now. Looks as though one good jump will seal the deal at the last. Sublime Heights in the hands of Gina Andrews, coming down towards the final fence now, clear at it, and jumped it really well. Sublime Heights it is. The scrap is, well, it was going to be a scrap for second place, but I'm afraid Blame the Game has unshipped Freddie Gordon at the last. That leaves Forsley Spirit in second. Tommy Bow.
Don't you love to see them that walking over the line and them you're counting your money? But it was a sublime win. Now, I am afraid of that old Painless, but I'm just hoping that the distance might be the problem, because it won over the track before, but it was 2 miles 3, but it was a good class race that was behind the last time, that French Paradox. I would be afraid of that, but we have to stay loyal to the last day's winner. In the 350 at Market Rasen. Now, I had this picked out, but it opened up at 4-1, so I was thinking this might be a plot job tomorrow from a plot trainer. The reason being, it's heavy ground. Well, we'll look at the field first. It's heavy ground. I think there's only 6 in it now. There's 1 pulled out. Only 6. The first one hasn't ran since last summer, and there's a question mark about a lot of them. And this one, an 8-year-old, the ground won't be a problem because it won on heavy ground, which was with Gavin Cromwell in Ireland, in Punchestown over hurls 104. Won on soft ground in Down Royal 93. When it went to England, 'twas 122, sliding down as Christian lets them to do, and then 'twas 5-1 into 6-4 favourite when it absolutely hosed up in Sedgefield last March. Hosed up. It was eased on the flat. It walked home, similar to the last one there as well. But it didn't run. They ran it back then under a penalty. I think it was 6 days later or something. Where do we see? 15 and 8, 23, 8 days. And it went off 2-5, and it only died in the last 50 yards. Gave it a break, and they gave it a nice little educational run, I thought, the last day. And I was looking at that for tomorrow. So the money is down, and when the money goes down from that yard, it means that handbrake is in the off position. So I thought that'd be a bet. As we're talking there, it's gone into 9-4 with the green bookie. Somebody must be listening to me up in the attic. And then We have a bus horse running in Clonmel tomorrow. Rolly Bowley Boy. The favourite is John Gus. It's a 9-year-old. It's 0 for 24. And it looks to be triplets as well. That had run not too long ago there in a maiden hunter's chase, and that it in a pint to pint and whatnot. But we've Rolly Bowley Boy, and it won for us over the track on heavy ground. I think it was 7-1 that day, into 11-2. And it beat West Breeze, and West Breeze won next time out for us. Actually, I think that's declared or entered in Cork later in the week. But the last it in it was up £8 and went out in front, and it jumped all right. And it's a big strong horse. Kieran Murphy will have him well schooled. He's lightly raced. I thought if he bounced him out there tomorrow. Now, I seldom go at beginner's chases first time out, but the fact that it is a big horse and he likes to front run and he's a good jumper, hopefully, that it might just put it up to a horse that never won in 25 starts. And then you have the second favourite there, Speed Gang, fell and pulled up on 4th. So it says a fair chaser there, let down by jumping. So hopefully we won't be let down by jumping, and that we can run well. I thought that would be a backable each way. It was 4s not too long ago there with 365. It's into 3s. So there's a bit of money for it as well. There was another one I was going to, but I realised in that Shandlore, but no, it's a dog. Very bad race altogether. But it's about the only form that's in the race, and he's only a 7-year-old. Like if you look at the rest of them, 909, it's brutal what he's up against. He might have favourites chance tomorrow. He won over the track and of 81, 7-year-old. He runs fairly well in Clonmel. So maybe if you're stuck for a bet. But I didn't answer the comments. I read a couple of them there. Robert Carter put in the 3 today. Should never do that. Like when I have a week each way horse, never put them in a treble, because that's only a license to give money to the bookie. Like, do an each or do a Trixie with a treble and cash out one of them. Like, besides just doing a treble. Like, but anyway. Wait till I get out of the way. It's Monday. What happens on a Monday? We'll do this for our neighbours. Oh, the green and red of Mayo, I can see it still. Its soft and craggy boglands, its tall majestic hills, where the ocean kisses Ireland and the waves caress its shore. Oh, the feeling it came over me to stay forevermore, forevermore. From its rolling coastal waters I can see Crowpatrick's Peak, where one Sunday every summer the pilgrims climbed the reek, where St. Patrick in its solitude looked down across Clew Bay, and with the ringing of his bell called the faithful there to pray, there to pray. Oh, take me to Clare Island, the home of Granuaile. Its waters harbour fishes, from the herring to the whale. And now I must depart it, the reality is plain. May the time not pass so slowly, for I set sail again, set sail again. Oh, the green and red of Mayo, I can see it still. Its soft and craggy boglands, its tall majestic hills, where the ocean kisses Ireland and the waves caress its shore. Oh, the feeling it came over me to stay forevermore, forevermore. For the only time in my life I'm going to say up Mayo. Bash the bookies, over and out.